إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد. طيب إن شاء الله يا إخوة وإخوة. طيب إن شاء الله. Last week we spoke about, what was the topic last week? 2 weeks ago. Yeah, last week what was the topic? Shaykh was here.
فضل العلم and
MashaAllah, that's right. I'm joking. Now, 2 weeks ago, what was the topic?
messengers and prophets, they're not the same, and we don't know specific, there's no authentic hadith on how many are specifically.
So we spoke about Iman bi Rusulihi. Okay, give me the difference between Nabi and a Rasul.
One is sent with a message, a book, and the other one is he carries the same thing, so like Harun and Musa. And then you mentioned another one, I can't remember.
So who's the Rasul then?
Muhammad, Isa, Ibrahim.
No, I'm not talking about the name, the specific name, but what does Rasul mean
They
then?
come with a risala.
So they come with new risala, new law, and they're commanded to do tabligh, to convey the message. Nabi doesn't come with a new law, but he's commanded to convey that message. Ibn Taymiyyah has a book, Kitab al-Nubuwwah, he mentions that there, and Shanqiti also mentioned that as well in his tafsir. طيب, who can tell me the dalil for difference between Rasul and Nabi? Yalla. Even the English, you have to say the dalil in Arabic, you can say in English. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن قَبْلِكَ مِن رَسُولٍ وَلَا نَبِيٍّ. Okay, we haven't sent you messenger before or a Nabi. So they say there's a difference between Rasul and Nabi here. Wow, mughayara, meaning that separate between the different Rasul and a Nabi.
Because there's a wow.
Yeah, wow there. طيب, what about the hadith? Akhi, what about hadith that talks about the number of prophets were sent and number of messengers were sent? 124,000, I think, Abu Darda.
The hadith was weak.
The hadiths are weak, yeah, and the 315 messengers were sent. These are weak hadith. طيب, we covered that. Okay, let's go to believe in the messengers. Ya akhi, what is the first pillar in believing in messengers? The first pillar. You have to believe. Messenger. We have 4 pillars, isn't it? For everything we have 4 pillars. One pillar, give me one pillar in Iman bi Rusul. Akhi. Give me one, inshallah. Think about it. We need one. We need 4. 4 candidates. Oh, give me one.
One of the pillars.
Yeah, pillar of believing Rasul, yeah. You haven't got one yet. We have to believe the names, yes. Give me.
Does that count as one?
Yeah, that's one, yeah.
Okay,
3 more.
You have to believe that they spoke the truth.
They spoke, whatever they spoke the haqq. Okay? They spoke the haqq. Yes. And we believe it's revealed to them. The Prophet, the wahi came down to them. Yeah, we have to believe that they spoke the haqq. These are 2 more left. We're there. 2 more.
In the hereafter.
No, believing the messengers.
Oh. Accepting the previous prophets before them.
Huh?
Accepting the previous.
No. Go on.
That is obligatory to obey them.
Obey them, follow them. One of the pillars is that we have to follow the way. We have to follow our Prophet. And the finally last one is, we are here now.
Is that
Finish.
they were sent by Allah.
We have to believe they're sent by Allah Azza wa Jal. Okay? Because people disbelieved in Isa and disbelieved in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They disbelieved in Isa alayhi salam. So we have to believe that the messenger was sent by Allah. طيب, believe in Yawm al-Qiyamah. Okay, quickly we mentioned Aqsam al-Dur, yeah? The levels of stages of our life. What is the first one? Dunya. Second one? The third one? What happened after Barzakh? Last one?
He said it.
Yawm al-Qiyamah. Akhirah. So we have Dunya, Barzakh and Akhirah. What is Barzakh?
It's between the dunya and the akhirah.
So Barzakh is a hajiza, it's a barrier divided between two things. So here we're talking about grave is a Barzakh that's separate between Dunya and Akhirah. Barzakh, yeah, separates, yeah. طيب, quickly, what do you have to believe in Akhirah? Give me something about Akhirah we have to believe. The most important thing is that the people, previous nation disbelieved. People at the time of Rasulullah disbelieved that. Something. Were you last week? No, you gone.
You'll be resurrected.
This is Ba'thun. Ba'thun, they disbelieved. Kuffar disbelieved. Who was the person Prophet confronted him and he killed him one of the Ma'araka, Ghazwa? Ubay bin Khalaf. He came to Prophet with a bone and tell him, do you think Allah will raise after you become a bone? These things like this. So Ba'ath, we have to believe. This is the biggest iman we have to have. Ba'ath. And when the ulama, they describe sound heart, the heart that believes in Ba'ath, day of resurrection. Ba'ath, what else do we have to believe? Yeah, we have to, 4 things we mentioned. So we have to believe the resurrection. We have part of it. And what are the other ones?
You believe in heaven and hell.
Heaven, hell, Jannah and Nar.
There will be reconciliation between the
Reckoning. We have to believe that reckoning. Mizan. We have to believe in the Sirat. We can add all that. That's all encompasses Yawm al-Qiyamah. We have to believe all that. Yeah, all that we have to believe. If someone says, I believe in Ba'ath, but I don't believe Jahannam and Nar, then khalas, you can't be a Muslim, yeah. طيب, inshallah, درس اليوم inshallah. إيمان بالقدر خير وشر.
We actually went through Qadr as well, that lesson.
No, add a bit more, we have to add some inshallah. Okay. So, Qadr we've done with Qadr, yeah? What is the first pillar of Qadr then?
I believe in that Allah has
First, believe in Qadr, the first part. What is it? 4 pillars. What is the first one?
believe that Allah has written everything down in the
So we want in order. Okay, so Kitaba. Where is this? Second, next.
Isn't the first one knowledge?
Knowledge. Give me anyone. Now we put them in order. Okay, knowledge, Kitaba, Mashi'a, and then Khalq. Okay. So knowledge is the first pillar of Al-Qadr. طيب, we're going to touch a bit on Qadr inshallah a bit more and then we will continue. Now, Qadr we said, knowledge of Allah, which means Allah has knowledge of everything that happened in heaven and the earth. Okay? And knowledge of Allah is never ever ending. There's no ending to knowledge of Allah Azza wa Jal. So nothing happens except by the knowledge of Allah Azza wa Jal. Second is the Kitaba, that everything that happened it's been written by Allah Azza wa Jal, but the pen has written it. That's going to take place. Third is Mashi'a. The Mashi'a is will of Allah. And I'm going to add a bit more on this. Now Mashi'a, again, nothing happened in the heaven and the earth, good or bad, except by the Mashi'a of Allah, will of Allah Azza wa Jal. Okay? So whatever the people wants to do on this earth, unless Allah wills it, it's not going to happen. Okay? So the word Mashi'a means will of Allah. Now there's 2 words to it, Mashi'a and Irada. Okay? I want you to learn this. Mashia and irada. Both, if you translate it into English, it means will. It means will. But there's a difference in Arabic. There's a difference in Arabic. When we say Mashia, it means Mashia al-Kawniyya, will that relate to the universe. So everything that happened in the heaven and the earth, okay, it's called universal decree. Okay, the catastrophes, the cancer, the COVID, the disease, someone died of car crash, someone died of cancer. All this happens, it's Mashia al-Kawniyya, will, universal will. Okay, there is also Iradatul Kawniyya as well. Okay, which means will, but there's a difference, the wording are different. But irada are two types. So Mashia, anything that relates to the universal will, either Allah loves it or dislikes it. Okay, all the catastrophes, killing, murder, disease that's happening, people are creating, Allah doesn't love it. But it happened by the will of Allah because creation wants this to happen. Let me give you an example. Iblis disobeyed Allah, yeah? It is irada, mashia kawniyya or shar'iyya? Kawniyya, universal will. Because Allah doesn't love this, but happened by the will of Allah. Why? Because Iblis decided to disobey Allah. He decided to disobey Allah. No one forced him. Okay? He decided to disobey Allah, but Allah doesn't love it. People commit shirk, commit zina, commit murder, commit all these major sins. Is this irada mashia kawniyya or shar'iyya? Kawniyya. Allah doesn't love it, but happened by the will of Allah. But Allah didn't force them, they want to do it. So if I say I'm not going to pray now, I'm going to stop praying, it's mashia kawniyya, isn't it? Allah doesn't love it. But did Allah force me? No, Allah didn't force me. I wanted to disobey Allah, so it's my will. Okay, so but happened by the will of Allah. So we have to understand these four levels of qadr. Also we have to understand Allah has given us will to decide good and bad. So a lot of people, they blame Allah for disobeying. So if they don't pray, oh, Allah's written for me, I'm not going to pray. I heard people saying that. But you decide not to pray. Why don't you go and pray? Why did you obey Allah? Why are you blaming Allah's qadr now? Like mushrik. If Allah did not will, we would have not committed shirk with Allah Azza wa Jal. So Mashia al-Kawniyya relate to the universal decree. And that automatically fall in Irada al-Kawniyya, same thing. But Irada, which means will as well, but it has another part. Irada, Kawniyya and Shar'iyya. Now Irada Shar'iyya, that's something Allah loves only. Relate to the Sharia of Allah, Islam, all the khair, all the good, the belief of Abu Bakr, Islam, Iman, worshipping Allah Azza wa Jal, all this Irada al-Kawniyya, Shar'iyya, also Kawniyya as well, because there are things in Kawniyya, if it's good, Allah loves it, and that's part of Shar'iyya as well. So here in Irada al-Shar'iyya, that Allah loves only, worship, obedience, okay, Tawheed of Allah, okay, things like that. Something, someone prays 5 times a day, that's Allah's will, isn't it? So Allah loves it. So Irada al-Shar'iyya. So Mashia is only relate to universal decree. Irada relate to universal decree, also decree of Sharia, relate to Sharia of Allah Azza wa Jalla. Also Sharia, part of Sharia, Irada Sharia is that the Sharia of Allah, the Quran and the Sunnah, the law of Allah Azza wa Jalla, Allah's Sharia, Allah's punishment, Allah's capital punishment Allah has decreed, the ahkam, the ruling, all relate to the Sharia of Allah, and they're all khair, all good, and Allah loves that. Okay, so remember this, inshallah. Two types of irada and irada, mashia and irada. Remember those two, inshallah. And if you don't understand that, I can continue explain to you later on, inshallah. So the dalil for qadr is inna kulla shay'in khalaqnahu bi qadr. Indeed, we have decreed everything with decree. Everything is created with a decree. We spoke about this in the hadith 40, that when someone in the belly of his mother, Allah sent an angel to blow on him, and the 4 things that are written for that person, the decree, specific decree, qadr khas, which is decree for that person, individual decree is written. We have am decree, but general decree, but the specific decree, which is written when it's in the mother's belly. That's the evidence for decree, qadr. طيب يا إخوان, let's go to the topic. al-martabatu thalitha, which is the third level of the deen. So Islam, Iman, okay, now Ihsan. First of all, let us talk about what does Ihsan mean. Okay, linguistically and Shara'an. Now, lughatan means sadaqa, charity. So Ihsan can mean sadaqa. Linguistically, can mean that. If I say ahsantu malan ila Muhammad, I gave Muhammad mal, wealth, as sadaqa, to give sadaqa. Ahsantu ila Muhammadin, I gave Muhammad sadaqa, charity. Okay. So ahsantu ila al-Muslimin, I have given sadaqa to the Muslims. So ahsantu ila nas, I gave sadaqa to the mankind. So ihsan linguistically means sadaqa, to give charity. Also it means, second type of mean, itqan, to perfect something. Okay, to perfect something. So if I say ahsantu qira'ati, I perfected my qira'ah. Okay, ahsantu lughat al-Arabiyya, I've perfected my Arabic language, or things like that, to perfect something, ihsan. Okay, that's linguistic meaning of ihsan. Now, ihsan shara'an, what it means is that the hadith of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, hadith Jibreel, an ta'budullah ka'annaka tarahu fa'in lam takun tarahu fa'innahu yarak. To worship Allah as you see him, if you don't see him, know that he's watching you. Okay, that's ihsan. Okay, so ihsan linguistically, we've covered it. Shara'an, so we have ihsan two types, lughatan wa shara'an. Lughatan we've explained. Shara'an are two types also. Ihsan ila Allah, ihsan to Allah Azza wa Jal, that is to worship him as you see him. If you can't, know that he's watching you. We'll cover this a bit more inshallah. Okay. Secondly, ihsan ila al-makhluq, ihsan to the creation. Okay, and in the Quran Allah said, وَأَحْسِنُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. Do ihsan because Allah loves the muhsin. Here means that good doers, do good things, charitable things. Okay, so ihsan to the creation could be with wealth. You spend in the cause of Allah, you spend cause of Allah, you give charity to the poor, help the poor, help the needy. That's ihsan to the creation. Okay, you help your brother financially, he needs money, give him for sake of Allah. That's ihsan in terms of wealth. You support him in terms of wealth. So that's ihsan with the wealth. Ihsan with your ilm, with knowledge. Maybe you helping your brother with maths or something, I don't know. You're good in maths. So that's ihsan with maths. You're helping something that he need help. Ihsan is teaching people Quran. Okay, with the knowledge, you teach somebody how to read the Quran. Okay, tajweed and things like that. Ihsan with the knowledge in terms of teaching them aqidah, fiqh, whatever. These are ihsan with the knowledge. Okay, you helping people with the knowledge, inshallah. Yeah. Ihsan with the status. So, for example, somebody, a Shaykh come from Saudi, from Medina University, yeah? And he teaches in Medina University, in the Jamia, he teaches there. He has a position, he has a status, he has a respect. So he comes to this country and says, brother, want to go to Medina University. And he says, okay, I work in the Jamia, I teach, okay, I'm mudarris there, I'm a teacher there, I have a position, I have a status. You want to go to Jamia University? Come to me, you fill up the form, I put some nice reference, and I can get you in there. Okay, we can't do that, but he can do it. So he's helping you, he's doing ihsan, he's taking you to go to university. And he has a position, he can speak to the head teacher and say, look, I know this person, he's a good student, he's a hard worker, let him come in. And he went in. I said, okay, you said that? Okay, I'll let you in. So things like that. So you helping somebody do jah, as long as halal, obviously. Even here, you are a teacher in a college or something like that, you know a brother, maybe a student, he qualified teacher now, he wants to go into the popular college, whatever, and he wants to teach. He said, come, give me a reference, fill this form, and send it to me. I'll speak to the head teacher. I'll get you in their job. You can teach there. You get reward if you do for the sake of Allah. Ihsan. So ihsan with Allah, ihsan with the creation. Okay. So anything ihsan with the creation, carrying the shopping, smiling at your brother, shaking their hand, giving salam, things like that, helping, giving a lift or something like that, treating your brother or something like that. These are ihsan to the creation, yeah. Alhamdulillah. So there's so many, I don't have to tell you. There's so many we can do. Like ihsan, like one of the examples I'm going to give you. The Prophet ﷺ said that in the hadith, that in Jannah we have 8 gates. Okay? And prophets describing that people will enter Jannah different gates. Okay? And Abu Bakr Siddiq said, Ya Rasulullah, will there be anyone entering all the gates? He said, yes, and I wish you're one of them. Abu Bakr Siddiq. Now Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu, when he became a Khalifa, he, after Fajr, he would run out. He go over the mountain. Okay, and he'll do whatever he needs to do. So Umar bin Khattab radiallahu anhu said, these are Khalifatul Muslimin, Khalifatul Mu'minin. Why is after every Fajr, sun rises, after Salatul Fajr, he goes out? I want to see what he does. He's not suspecting him. What does he do? Amirul Mu'minin, Khalifatul Mu'minin. So he follows him. But Abu Bakr Siddiq doesn't know that. So he goes behind the mountain and he watches Abu Bakr Siddiq. He goes into this house and he comes out after a long time and he goes home. So he goes in, Umar bin Khattab radiallahu anhu, and he finds the old woman blind and she has 2 kids running around. So Umar goes, do you know who this man comes does to you, whatever? He says, no, I don't know who this man is. He comes, he washes my clothes, he cooks for me, and he feeds the kid, and he goes. This is the Khalifatul Mu'mineen coming and serving you. Okay? And Umar comes out. He goes, I become, don't know what to say. I can't compete with this man. So he goes. Subhanallah. So this Abu Bakr Siddiq, just to say, the khidmah he does to the people, he goes his way out to do things for the people. It's not something he had to do, but he does. So, there's so many manaqib, so many virtues of Abu Bakr Siddiq. And you wonder why Prophet said, I hope you're one of those who will be called from the 7, 8 gates of Jannah. And he's one of the granted paradise as well. But for him to be a man of Jannah, you can imagine how much good deed he has done to become Ahlul Jannah. So that's ihsan to the creation Abu Bakr Siddiq has done. The amount of people he took out, freeing slaves, he paid for so many people. So ihsan to the khalq is that. One of that is this, inshaAllah. So ihsan with Allah Azza wa Jal is to worship Him as you see Him. If you can't, then know that He's watching you. Okay? The first level of ihsan, to worship Allah as you see Him, is mushahada. Obviously, we can't physically visualize Allah Azza wa Jal. It's haram. But mushahada is that you worship Allah as you see Him. It's in the heart. Okay? It's in the heart. And this is the highest level of iman. Mushahada. Okay? And then the hadith says, if you can't do that, then muraqaba, which is to be aware that Allah is watching you. This is the next level. Okay? And that is the list we should be upon. And that and the way to test yourself is that when you're home alone, Shaykh ibn Uthaymeen says that somebody, he commits sins. He commits sins hiddenly. Hiddenly, home alone, he commits sins. He violates the law of Allah Azza wa Jal. When he goes out, he's humble in front of the human being. He said, this is showing off. Shaykh ibn Uthaymeen, I've got it in Arabic, I can translate that and put it in, inshallah. This is showing off. You're showing off to the people how humble you are. But when you are inside by yourself, you're violating the law of Allah. Yadu billah. So that's riya. So, and the way to test yourself, when you're home alone, see how you feel. If you are quick to go commit sin, then it's questionable. We're not saying you're Muslim, billah. You're Muslim, but it's question on your taqwa, on our taqwa. And when you're in front of that people, Assalamu alaikum, you okay? But when you're alone, you're breaking the law of Allah. There's something wrong, isn't it? And we ask Allah afiyah, subhanallah, because nobody's there. In front of that people are humble, but Allah is watching you. Allah is watching you. Where is that? So, but if you can have one awareness of that, ihsan, Allah is watching me, no way. Then no, there is taqwa, there's something working in us. There's something working in us. That's good, alhamdulillah. So muraqabah of Allah, always being cautious of Allah, and that's taqwa of Allah Azza wa Jal. And this is what we need to have. Nobody's in the house, just you. But Allah is watching us, So we have to have the muraqabah of Allah Azza wa Jal. Now, here we covered level of Iman. Islam, Iman, and Ihsan. Muhsin is the highest level, the Mu'min and the Muslim. Every Muhsin is Mu'min and Muslim. Every Mu'min is Muslim, but every Muslim is not Mu'min nor Muhsin. Okay? Now, in Surah Al-Hujurat, Allah talks about a group of people. Okay? وَلَمَّا يَدْخُلِ الْإِيمَانِ فِي قُلُوبِكُمْ. The Iman hasn't entered in your heart. Okay? Now, this ayah talking about group of Bani Asad, the group of people that came to Prophet ﷺ, and they're claiming to be a mu'min. قالت الأعراب آمنا. Okay? The Arab said, we believed. Okay? Then he was said, in fact, say, Aslamna. We've submitted. Okay? And Allah says, tell them that Iman has entered their heart. The Mufassirun, Imam Sa'adi said that they've declared something to Allah or to the Prophet ﷺ, something they don't have. They say they're mu'min. But they have naqis. They have deficiency in their a'mal, in fulfilling the obligatory act. Okay? Doing the necessary them to be a mu'min. They haven't fulfilled that. So they're claiming to be a mu'min. When Allah said, la, say you're Muslim, you're submitted only. Okay? So the Muslim, so here, Ibn al-Qayyim says that, نفى الله عز وجل إيمان مطلق ولم نفى مطلق الإيمان. We will cover this. That Iman mutlaq is Kamalul Iman. Mutlaqul Iman is not Kamalul Iman, not perfect of Iman. That they have the base, they have the asal of Iman, the foundation of Iman, they have it. So a Muslim is the one, he had the basis of Iman, asal of Iman is there, he believes in Allah, Rasul and all that, he's the pillars of Iman, but the Iman mutlaq, they haven't got it. The perfection of Iman, they haven't got it. Because they are deficiency in the completing the obligatory act. They're not doing the khamsu salawat. They're not doing the fara'id. Okay? They haven't reached the level of mu'min. Okay? They have reached the level of mu'min. Okay? So if someone, say for example, if someone become, for example, someone mu'min, but he did major sins, his level of Iman can come to level of Islam. Like fornicators. Okay, لا يزني الزاني حين يزني وهو مؤمن. Okay, that a mu'min fell into zina, Hadith says at the time he's committing zina, he's not a mu'min. His level comes to level of Muslim. If he makes tawbah to Allah, repents to Allah, sincere repentance, and he goes back to the deen, back to worship of Allah, then his Iman goes back to a level of mu'min. Okay. Likewise, if you after doing you fulfill the Iman, level of Iman, you do faraid, everything, then you go to next level. Like Hadith of Prophet he said that وَمَا تَقَرَّبَ إِلَيَّ عَبْدِي إِلَّا مَا افترضت عَلَيْهِ وَلَا يَزَالُ عَبْدِي يَتَقَرَّبَ إِلَيْهِ بِالنَّوَافِلِ حَتَّى أُحِبَّهُ. This hadith is the basic example, mashallah, best example. My slave does not come close to me except by doing the fara'id. If he does that, fara'id, he's a mu'min. Okay? And he continues to come close to me by doing the nawafil. Now, he's only doing the fara'id, he's doing the nawafil now. Okay? Then until I love him. Now this level of mu'min now, muhsin, he's not doing the faraid, he's doing nawafil. And his ihsan is stronger. He's aware of Allah. His muraqib is stronger when it comes to regarding Allah Azza wa Jal. His level of muhsin gone. His level of muhsin. But he can come down to mu'min. If he's not doing the nawafil, he can fall into others, subhanallah, sins. So because we're not free from major sins. Not the Sahaba are free from major sins. Okay? The Prophets are not free from minor sins. Adam alayhi salam committed sin. Musa alayhi salam. But Anbiya, prophets are free from major sins. They're free. But they can fall into minor sins. Sahabas are not free from major sins. We are not free from major sins. We can fall into major sins. But Anbiya, they're free from major sins. But they can fall into minor sins. But Prophet ﷺ is unique. Al-Itlaq. He's free from all sins. Tayyib. Now, so you go, it's muhsin, mu'min, and Muslim. Okay? These are three stages of our deen. So you can fluctuate your iman. You can go from muhsin, you can come to mu'min, and go back to Muslim, yadu billah. We have Muslims practicing all his life, and you see they disappear. Stop practicing. Just go, leave. I've seen people doing that. Their beard was up to here, mashallah, practicing Khamsa Salawat, gone to Muhadarat, they're strong. But akhi, they've left the deen. They've stopped practicing. Brothers were lowering the gate, they'll go, if the sisters come in, they'll go against the wall like this. When they go, then they walk. That's how strong they were. But whatever happened, Qadr of Allah, they've left the deen. Meaning, no, I'm not saying they're kuffar, but they stopped practicing. They were mu'min, but they came to Muslim. But not practicing anymore. I'm sure you've seen that. We live in a society, happens. These three levels of muhsin, mu'min, Muslim, akhi, it's like this. Like this, you go up and down like this. Because Allah knows best why. So we have to be careful. Could be they're practicing, could be they're riyah in it, or they're selling their deen for money, for the status. Could be anything, yadu billah. So remember these three stages of our deen. Muhsin, Muslim, and mu'min and Muslim. And the lowest level is Islam. And there's nothing lesser than that. Okay? So, you got a job, you got promotion. It's like that. So when reach the level of muhsin, as much as we can, inshallah, and this is the highest level. So here the ihsan we're talking about, as we covered ihsan, types of ihsan. So ihsan to Allah Azza wa Jalla is to worship Allah as you see Him. If you can't see Him, know that He's watching you. There's two levels of that. Mushahada and muraqaba. Okay? Mushahada and muraqaba. Mushahada is the first level. You worship Allah as you seeing Him. But if you can't, then know that He's watching you. Muraqab. Being cautious of Allah. When Allah says in the Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ittaqullaha haqqa tuqatih. Okay? That all those who believe in Allah, they should be feared. Some of the Mufassirun said that this taqwa here means having muraqab of Allah, aware of Allah Azza wa Jalla all the time. Jahannam, fearing Allah, His punishment, all that. This is sign of a muttaqi. Always aware. This is sign of a taqwa of Allah Azza wa Jalla. Shaykh ibn Uthaymeen has a book, Fruit of Taqwa, and he mentioned that in there. Now, let's go to the dalil now. Dalil qawluhu ta'ala Inna Allah ma'al ladhina attaqaw wal ladhina hum muhsinun. Indeed, Allah is the one with those who fear. Indeed, Allah is with the muttaqi and those are muhsin. Okay? Now this ayah here, how is this an evidence? First of all, the ma'iyya of Allah. Allah is with those who have taqwa. Okay? So ma'iyya of Allah being with the creation are two types. Am and khas. Okay? Am and khas. So here Am is Allah is with everyone. Okay? He's with everyone with hearing and seeing. He sees and He sees them, hears them, He knows them. Okay? And this is the ayah, وَهُوَ مَعَكُمْ أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُمْ. He's with you wherever you are. Muslim, non-Muslim, animals, everything. He's with everyone. He can see everyone, He can hear everyone, He knows everyone. This is ma'iyya of Allah, Am. Khas is, Allah mentions khas with certain people He is with. Okay? The awliya of Allah. Okay? This is one of them. Khas. with the muttaqi. Inna Allah ma'al ladhina attaqaw. Indeed, Allah is the one who fears Him. Okay? So, with the muttaqi. And the muttaqi is the one who worships Allah. Okay? Doing what Allah command him to do. Leaving what Allah forbade. He's with him. And how is he with him? With him is that with the nasr wa ta'id. Okay? Support and aid. So when the awliya of Allah is with the awliya of Allah, He is with His awliya, okay, and Allah is with him in His aid and support. So whenever the wali of Allah Azza wa Jal ask Allah for aid and support, He's there. He will aid him, support him, okay, because He's muttaqi. Allah will be with him specifically with support and aid, and what Allah will protect him from any catastrophes. And also, وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ muhsinun, yeah. And those are muhsin. And talking about the muhsin, those who worship Allah as they see Allah Azza wa Jal, or if they can't see Allah, then muraqaba, yuraqibun. They're aware of Allah Azza wa Jal. They're conscious of Allah Azza wa Jal. I'm not going to do this sin. Allah is watching me. Like I said, if you're home alone, or you're fasting, nobody home, knock the door. You're not going to do it because you know Allah is watching you. That's a good sign, isn't it? Allah is watching me. Subhanallah. So this is the ayah that talks about ihsan. How? Because the muttaqi are always cautious of Allah Azza wa Jal, whatever He is. So ma'iyya two times, if you've understood that. So if the next ayah, وَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى الْعَزِيزِ الرَّحِيمِ الَّذِي يَرَكَ حِينَ تَقُومُ تَقَلُّبُكَ فِي السَّاجِدِينَ. قوله تعالى, Allah said that, have trust in Allah, Al-Aziz Ar-Rahim, the most powerful, the most merciful. وَتَوَكَّل, the command here that we have to have tawakkul upon Allah Azza wa Jal. And the word tawakkul means i'timad alayhi, i'timad, dependent upon Allah Azza wa Jal, reliance upon Allah Azza wa Jal. Having reliance that He's the one who can benefit and He is the one who can push away the harm. We covered tawakkul, different types of tawakkul, Allah Azza wa Jal. And tawakkul is the worship of what?
Heart.
Worship of the heart. Reliance upon Allah Azza wa Jal, worship of the heart. And some of the ulama says, reliance upon Allah Azza wa Jal is shartul ibadah, shartul sihatul ibadah. It is the authenticity, it's not the perfection of it. It's more than perfection. It is conditional. Such a high ibadah, tawakkul, that we have our tawakkul should be for Allah Azza wa Jal. So the ulama says tawakkul cannot be given other than Allah Azza wa Jal, because it is worship of the heart, and if you turn that worship other than Allah, relying worldly thing, then it is shirk billah Azza wa Jal. It's shirk. But they're conditioned. They're different level of tawakkul. That people have tawakkul upon the deceased, the awliya. They think they will protect them and benefit them. This is the shirk billah Azza wa Jal. So here, Allah commands us to have tawakkul upon Him. الَّذِي يَرَاكَ حِينَ تَقُومُ. This is ihsan. To have ihsan, the one who sees you at the time you stand. Talking about salah. So when you're standing, okay, have muraqab of Allah. That Allah is watching me. So when I'm praying, make sure I'm thinking about Allah. Obviously, you try your best, isn't it? You try your best to think about Allah Azza wa Jalla, much as you can. But it's going to be distracted, isn't it? And the distraction in Salah are two types. Ibn Qayyim talks about it. Distraction, spiritual distraction, inner distraction and outer distraction. Okay? So inner distraction is that you might be standing, but your mind is everywhere else. You're thinking about something else. Like one of the Shaykh was talking about, when in the Salah, he talks about, you start thinking about key, where's my shoe, where's my key, where's my book, that you don't think outside the Salah. So Shaitan comes and distracts you, make you think about dunya. Okay? So that distraction of the heart, your mind are going around. And the physical distraction is that your hand is going around. You're touching here, you're doing this. Salaf would say, the Salaf saw a person who was doing this in the Salah. And they said, only if you had khushu, you won't be doing this. So it's hard It is not easy. Don't think I'm saying it's easy peasy, low. It's difficult. It's difficult. Aisha was complaining to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and iltiba, and Rasulullah said, this is destruction shaitan causes you in your heart. So it's a destruction. It is hard, but we have to fight both destructions. Have not to move around and have khushu in what we are saying. Think about Allah, the hell, and think about Jahannam. Think about the Jannah. Much as you can. It's easier when you understand what you're reading as well. So, الَّذِي يَرَكَ حِينَ تَقُومُ, and the one who sees you when you're standing in the prayer. He knows what you're thinking in your prayer. He knows what you're saying in your prayer. Allah is aware of that. So, have ihsan of that. وَتَقَلُّبُكَ فِي السَّاجِدِينَ. And when you go to sajda as well, and you come back and you go to sajda, Allah is aware of that. Okay? He is aware of everything that you're doing, what you're saying in your sajda. So shows that shows we should have ihsan. If Allah is watching us in every time, in salah, in every position in salah, then it shows that we should have ihsan in our salah. Aware of Allah Azza wa Jal. Awareness of Allah Azza wa Jal. Okay, so you change it from one sajda, coming back, all this. So a lot of people, they rush their salah, yadu billah. Allah is watching you. The way you're praying. If you're working and if you're rushing and if you're not doing the work properly, you'll be scared. Oh, my boss is watching me to do this properly. Subhanallah, Allah is the biggest boss. You stand in front of Allah and you go sajda and you come back and you're stealing your salah basically. And Allah is watching. So if you have ihsan in that, you will not do it. Allah is watching me. But because they have no khushu in the salah, they don't understand the importance of salah. So what do you expect? So my brothers, so these two ayah talk about ihsan. Why? Because Allah is with us always. So we should be aware of Allah Azza wa Jal, cautious of Allah. And in the salah, when we're standing, when we're changing from one stage to another stage, تَقَلُّبُكَ فِي السَّاجِدِينَ, sajda, coming back and going back to sajda, different stages we go to in salah. Allah is watching us, aware of us. So indirectly, have ihsan. Indirectly, have khushu in your salah. No, Allah is watching you. So stop stealing your prayer. Make ruku, sujood properly. Okay? Don't. Prophet spoke about those who steal their prayer, and then the Sahabas could answer it. How can they steal their prayer? The Rasulullah said the one who steals the prayer, the one who doesn't do ruku properly, sajda properly. And you see, when the people do, this is what they do. And stealing the prayer means this. I've seen people doing this. Salah is not valid. You have to go ruku', come back, relax, then go to sajda. Every position you should relax. But people don't relax. They don't even stay in their back. They go straight to sajda. Salah is batil. Unless he got medical reason, that's Allah knows best. But otherwise, your salah is not valid. Because hadith in Bukhari, the man who made mistake in the salah, how did he told him? Yatma'in, is to relax every position. Otherwise, you're stealing your prayer. So that shows the man doesn't have ihsan, doesn't have muraqab of Allah. If you're going to make sajda like this and ruku like this, shows that you're not aware of Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah is watching you. Okay, you're not doing your job properly. Subhanallah. Imagine you're working and your boss is standing on the corner. Do you think you're not going to do the work properly? Make sure I don't get sacked. Come on, let's make sure I do the work properly. My boss is there watching me. A'udhu billah. You're fearing this man, and when Allah Azza wa Jal is watching you, you're making salah, and you're doing your salah properly. So you understand now, muraqabah. This ayah took ihsan. Indirectly saying, have ihsan. Allah is watching you. Okay? Whatever you're doing, the salah. Okay, we leave it now, ikhwan. We'll continue next week. We go to Hadith Jibreel. Okay. Alhamdulillah, we're doing very well, mashallah. So any questions, inshallah, clarification, I'll do that now. Jazakumullah khair. Go on.
So about the prophets, I thought like the prophets were ma'soom, so they're not.
They're ma'soom. They're ma'soom from shirk and kaba'ir. Ibn Hajar talks about it. They're free from the shirk and the kaba'ir. They're free from, a'udhu billah. They're free, no doubt. But they can fall into minor sins. Don't even think about Rasulullah. Rasulullah is free, itlaq. Allah made him the best of the mankind. But you look at Adam alayhi salam. Okay? Musa alayhi salam. Yunus alayhi salam. You know, he left the people and the fish ate him and all. So Prophet can fall into minor sins. Yeah. But all the Prophet, they're free from major sins. Shirk, definitely. They're calling to Tawheed. How can they be committing shirk? Billah. So they're free from shirk, they're free from major sins. Okay. Minor sins, one or two Prophets, they fell into it, we know. But Prophet ﷺ, he's the best al-itlaq. He's free from everything.
So you know the scholars, do they refer to that as minor sins or like mistakes?
Sometimes mistake is not a sin, but mistake, Prophet made mistake in Salah. Prophet made mistake in war. You know, he made mistake. Allah corrected him. Allah defended Umar ibn Khattab. You know, the booty, the captured, the people captured. Umar said, Ya Rasulullah, kill him. Abu Bakr and Rasulullah said, no, no, no. Allah revealed the verse defending Umar. You should obey Umar. Umar was right. And that's what Prophet said, Miza, the excellency of Umar, that if there was Prophet after me, it would have been Umar. So it's a Miza, it's a characteristic, it's the excellency, the goodness of Umar ibn Khattab. So yeah, Prophet, they all free from majors. And Prophet made mistake in dunya way, not, you know, I think I've mentioned that to you when the group of people were planting something and he said, Prophet, they do it like that, and they obeyed it. The Prophet of Allah, plant died. So they went to Prophet and said, Ya Rasulullah, you told us to do it like this. He died. He said, I didn't know, I just told you what I knew. But I make mistake in this thing, but when it comes to wahi, the revelation, I don't make mistake. Direct from Allah, I tell you the way it reveals to me. So he's a human being end of the day. You know, he prayed Salatul Dhuhr 5 rak'ah. Okay, and the Sahabas saying, Ya Rasulullah, hal zayd fi salah? Is he increasing the salah? He's looking around. He said, Ya Rasulullah, you prayed 5 rak'ah. So he turned down and he made sujood sahw. He's a human being. And then he said, I'm a mankind like you. I forget like you forget. Remind me if I forget. And they reminded him. So this is a good actually in a way, because you know our Bengalis, our Asians, they say Prophet is ma'as, meaning he's like a god. You know, he's not a human being. He's alive. He's from the light of Allah. He's from the light of Allah. So he's part of Allah. You know, so he does. This is evidence. Look, he made mistake. He got married. He had kid.
Wait,
Yeah?
where did you get light of Allah? Isn't that weak?
No. Weak or authentic by you know when Prophet was in the mother of when he was in the belly and Nur came out, but Rasulullah. But even if it's true, but the end of the day he made mistake. He said, I'm a human being like you. So where is the evidence to say he's not a human being? So people raise him. You know, we spoke about this, and people raise Rasulullah to uluhiyya, to give him godhood, lordship, and the people don't even hate. They hate him. So too extreme. No, Prophet said, no, don't praise me like this. So we have to give justice. That's why a lot of people don't have knowledge of the deen. When they go to Hajj, I've seen it. They're going to call him, Ya Billah. So yeah, is it okay? Yeah, go on.
Go through the four pillars of the messengers.
4 pillars of messengers. We have to believe the names. If you say Musa, I don't believe his name. Ya Billah, it's in the Quran. You're not a Muslim. We have to believe the names. We have to obey them. Okay, they spoke the haqq, they spoke the truth. We have to believe they're from Allah. They're sent messengers, prophets. Yeah. Or some of them they add as well. When it comes to this messenger, our Prophet ﷺ, his message abrogated previous message. That's part of it they put as well. Some people put 5, some put 5, 4, 5, 6. I don't know any of them.
The abrogation one in the pillars of the
Yeah. No, they say prophet. The fact the prophet is sent, that means all other message abrogated. That's what they say, isn't it? Yeah, you have to follow him. So, like for example, one of the companions, Umar ibn Khattab, was holding Torah. Okay, and Prophet said, "Yeah, Umar, if Musa was here now, he had no choice but to follow me." You know, he's abrogated. Go on.
Shaykh, for example, related to sins, if a person commits a sin and he sees another person committed the same sin, is it a form of hypocrisy to condemn that sin whilst he does the same sin, or should he condemn it?
You should condemn it. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. I think Shaykh Saleh talks about it. I think Imam Malik said.
I heard someone talk about it.
Yeah, Imam Malik said, if that was the case, then there will be no enjoyment forbidding evil. Okay? Now, for example, father smokes, yeah? Smoking is haram. Follow open is haram, yeah? The father smokes. And he sees son smoking as well. He said, no, I can't tell him don't smoke because it's hypocrisy. No, you tell him not to smoke and you try to stop as well, but you don't want him to suffer because of you. You stop the munkar, but you also have to stop yourself as well. Now you stop it, yeah. Because mafsad is going to be great. Okay? Mafsad is going to be great. Yeah.
Sheikh, can you just cover when you mentioned about the Prophet ﷺ killed Ubay bin Khalaf?
Ubay bin Khalaf, yeah. Ubay bin Khalaf, the mushrik, hadith of Prophet ﷺ, he says that the one who doesn't pray, okay, the scholars, they use this hadith to say someone doesn't pray, the kafir. They say someone doesn't pray salah, he has no burhan, he has no dalil, he has no success, he has no light. Yawmul Qiyamah, he'll be raised with Fir'aun, Qarun, Ubay bin Khalaf, okay, Haman as well. These four head of the kuffar, he will be raised with them. Fir'aun, Qarun, Ubay bin Khalaf, Haman. Haman was a sideman of Fir'aun. Okay, these are the head of kuffar. You'll be raised with them. And Ibn Abi Khalaf was mentioned in the hadith. So it shows that the Ibn Abi Khalaf was one of the mushrik, and he confronted Rasulullah, but Rasulullah confronted him. And when he came with the bones, he believed that there's no ba'ath. How can Allah raise a person become a bone? Allah will raise. He created from nothing and He created again, and Allah put you into hellfire. And it's in Baghawi tafsir. So this ayah, Surah Yasin, it talks about Ibn Abi Khalaf to the end of the Surah Yasin.
You said it's scientifically proven as well that there's something.
Yeah. Scientifically proven. There's a hadith as well that talks about it. When the bone becomes nothing, there is something from that Allah create. قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم. قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم. That he says that Ibn Abi Khalaf, who will give life to a bone, after he becomes a ramim. Ramim is the dust. So Ibn Abi Khalaf, he brings the bones and throws it on the Prophet ﷺ. Ya Muhammad, you think your Lord will bring something becomes like that? Then Prophet ﷺ said that Allah will bring you alive from that and He'll put you into the hellfire. And Prophet killed him himself, Ibn Abi Khalaf. Yeah.
But is the same one that camel's intestine?
No, this is somebody else.
Someone else.
Yeah. He'll be carrying. That's you talking about Ibn Khaza'i, something like that. Something Khaza'i. Yeah, he's the one who he bought the idols from the ground, and he basically distributed the idols to different tribes, and they start worshipping other than Allah. That's how he propagated shirk. He actually was doing this. Shaykh bin Baz talks about it in the mother of the general bin Baz, Shaykh bin Baz, the Arab. Okay, the Arab.
Who's the person you're talking about?
I'm talking about the person that shot like camel's intestine on the Prophet when he was praying.
Him, I don't know about that. Maybe he hated Prophet so maybe he did. Yeah,
Who you talking
Allah.
about? Shaykh bin Baz talks about who?
He talked, talking about the guy that he will be in the Jahannam, his intestine will come out. He will be going around Jahannam. I think that's what he's talking about, but he's not. But I was going to bring a benefit. But he's the one who basically, Khaza'i, he's the one who got the idols out and he distributed to the tribes, and that's how the shirk came in the Arab. Before that, they're worshipping Allah, but he called people to shirk by giving the idols. Okay, and that's where it comes in.
Before Islam.
The Prophet, before Islam, Prophet's parents, they're worshipping Allah, but then they start worshipping idols. They meant to follow the way of Ismail alayhi salam until the next Prophet come, but they did not do that. Okay, they knew the message, they didn't do it, they fell into shirk. That's why the Prophet's parents are not Muslim, they're in the hellfire.
You mentioned ahsantu and sadaqtu are the same.
Yeah.
And before you mentioned amantu and sadaqtu are the same. So is amantu and ahsantu the same as well?
Ahsan la.
Like linguistically.
I never seen that. The scholars have said that ihsan, these are two meanings, sadaqah. Because linguistically, if I say No. Sadaqah, not sadaqah means charity.
Yeah, so is aman.
And
let's say
tasdeeq,
amantu
that
billah.
tasdeeq we talk about iman, it's not sadaqah, means to believe. Different pattern of word. Tasaddaqa, saddaqa, two different words. Saddaqa to speak the truth. Tasaddaqa means to give charity. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Any more?
Irada Kauniya.
Kauniya, irada kauniya, mashia kauniya. We mentioned that you have two things here, okay? In English we say will of Allah. Mashia and irada. Okay? Mashia only kauniya, the will of Allah, universal will. Okay, there's only one. And when we talk about irada kauniya and irada shar'iyya, there's two types. Okay? Yeah, the two types. Will of Allah. Just the two words, Mashia and Irada. Yeah. I mean, it's not that, it is important if you can remember it, but we'll cover in other books as well. So we'll just do a will of Allah. The will of Allah either relate to the dunya or will of Allah relate to the Sharia. Just remember that now, inshallah. Yeah. Is it okay?
Shaykh, I know a person who said that why does Allah allow bad things to happen? What would be the best response to that?
Okay. Allah Azza wa Jal never allow bad thing to happen. Inna Allah la yarda li'ibadi kufr. Allah is not pleased with the slave kufr. He does not pleased with disobedience, any oppressions. Because Allah in the hadith Abu Dharr radiallahu anhu, Abu Dharr, Allah said that Inni haramtu ala nafsi dhulma. وَجَعَلْتُ بَيْنَكُمْ مُحَرَّمًا فَلَا تَظَالَمُوا. Allah said, I have made dhulm haram on me, okay, and I have made haram on yourself, to do not oppress one another. So dhulm Allah doesn't like, okay. So Allah Azza wa Jalla did not command anyone to oppress, okay. If you understand the qadr of Allah, is people chose to do that. And Allah said, Inna hadaynakum as-sabila imma shakira wa imma kafura. We have guided you, showed you the guidance, you either accept it or reject it. So if someone were to disobey Allah, commit shirk, disbelieve in Allah, commit sins and like this, you have decided to do that. Allah never forced you to do that. You had a choice to do in the matter. You had a choice, remember that, you had a choice to do in the matter. Okay, but as we have mentioned that nothing happens except by the will of Allah. Yeah, nothing can happen except by the will of Allah. But the choice is made by the slave. You are not forced. You have a choice in the matter. Okay, like one of the Shaykh said, let's rob him, and we say qadr of Allah. You're not going to accept that, is it? So everything happened by the will of Allah, but chosen by the slave. What they do, right or wrong, is chosen by the slave, because they are not majboor, they are not forced. That's the way you can tackle that question. It's not Allah forcing you to do that, the people chose to do that. Okay? But anything good or bad, nothing happens except by the will of Allah. Yeah. But if you don't choose to do bad, it's not going to happen. If you don't choose to disobey Allah, it's not going to happen. But you decide to disobey Allah, decide to commit that act like this, then obviously this is up to you now. So yeah, we have to tell them, look, who made the choice? Not Allah, you. You chose to come here, you chose to do that, you chose to disobey Allah. It's not Allah's fault, you don't choose to do that. That's the way I think we should tackle it here.
But what's the difference between Mashiatul Kawniyya and Iradatul Kawniyya?
The difference is, I need to read that a bit more, but all I know that in English it means will of Allah. Okay, will of Allah. And all you need to remember, it means will. Will of Allah relate to the universal will, and will of Allah relate to the Sharia of Allah, Islamic law. Okay, that's Quran and Sunnah, the law He legislated, Iman and Tawheed, worship of Allah. These are all irada shar'iyya. And Allah loves all that. And then you can have irada, which is kawniyya, related to the universe, that Allah might love and He might dislike. And the thing He dislikes, that universal decree, is the disobedience, the oppressions, catastrophes, all these things happening. People are causing. This is Allah dislikes. Okay, He dislikes. So all you need to remember at the moment is that will of Allah, kawniyya and shar'iyya. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah. Mashia, two types. One, but just remember, will of Allah, kawniyah and shar'iyah. Yeah, at the moment. But the difference in detail, I need to think about myself. Is that okay, ikhwan? Yeah. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum.